everyone, and welcome back to the exciting finale between Cerebrate and Wraithcube. What a great series this has been so far. Can't wait to see what's going on here. Playing this on merry-go-round. Spawning here in the upper right-hand corner is our Zerg player, Cerebrate, who took the first game from Wraithcube. And we'll do our little zoom in. Pew! Oh, let me go the other way. Pew! There we go. Because we really needed that. What is that little hole here for? Kind of looks like the old orc buildings from Warcraft. And in our upper left-hand corner, we have Wraithcube coming in off of a victory in the last map on Ohana LE. But this map choice was Cerebrate's, so he has a slight advantage here, possibly. He's up, we're tied in terms of map score, but he did get to choose this map. Yet again, we see the pylon going down at the ramp to the natural. This is a very wide ramp here for this natural. It's going to be more difficult for him to wall this off and for him to defend it. And don't see, I mean, this is a much bigger map. We've seen macro games, more or less, both games. At least they weren't cheese, is what I mean. And so obviously I wasn't expecting to see like an early pool here or anything. Pretty much just looks like the first two games, but you know, that was 1-1, so who knows how this is going to turn out. Can't judge this game based on the openers. Forge coming down. I think it's a little earlier than his Forge last time. I could be wrong about that though. Maybe he wants to get those cannons up extra early. We'll see. Uh-oh. Proxy pylon up in the natural for Cerebrate. But you know, he sees it. This Overseer's right here. He sees it. Or Overlord, excuse me, not Overseer. Although he is seeing it. He is over it and he is seeing it. Yeah, I can't, is this a cannon rush? I can't imagine he's gonna cannon rush. Is that his strategy? We'll see. This seems like a really bad place to put a cannon if you're gonna cannon rush, but, he knows it's there, and it's not like it's threatening his mineral line or anything. It's going to keep him from expanding, sure. I think maybe that's his real goal here. Now that I think about it for a second, he's just trying to delay that natural a little more, but he probably realizes from the first game that he's a little bit outclassed in terms of macro, so this might just be an attempt to forestall and keep that natural down as far as possible. Which, so Cerebrate sees the cannon at his natural, so he says, screw it, I'm going to go to one of my third locations and do it there, and Wraithcube responds in kind by bringing another pylon cannon combo down here. Although these Zerglings have finally gotten out on the field, they're going to chase this probe away. I think he's going to try, yeah, he's going to put the cannon down. No, he stopped it. I don't know if two Zerglings can stop a cannon being warped in, because they would have been there right when it started. So it looks like he's gonna get this hatchery, and that pylon is gonna go down. This probe not gonna make it, very unlikely. Of course, there is a cannon. Yeah, he didn't make it. That's okay. These Zerglings not gonna be able to do too much. Cannon's gonna scare him away. Picked one off. Gateway's coming in, gonna start putting more aggression on. His Nexus is going down, and ironically, it looks like this hatchery went up before Wraithgate's expansion, but he did waste some resources on the probes and, the cannons and pylons and whatnot, so. I'm curious to see if he's going to wait for the Stalkers or if he's just going to start sending out Zealots. It doesn't look like it. He doesn't have any in production, so he's going to wait for those Cybernetics core units. Or maybe he's just going to say, hey, you know, I did what I wanted to. I'm going to wall up and tech up. We'll just have to see what he's doing. Cerebrate responding by opening up a third here at the 6-minute mark. He says, hey, you know, you want to play that game? I'm going to double down. You think you can stop me from expanding? I'm going to expand twice. We'll see how it works. I'm actually a little nervous for Wraithcube here, that he is going to wall up and tech up, and all that time that he's giving Cerebrate to have these 3 hatcheries here, these 3 bases, we've already seen what he can do when he has a little bit of economy behind him. And I feel like if Wraithcube doesn't get out of his base and start pumping out some units, I mean, was he trying to warp in up here? Is that what he's doing? Is he? Yeah, I guess so. He's really chronoing out that the warp gate tech. I guess he's just going to try and warp in up here, but I feel like he should be getting, get the units going. He's not floating too many minerals or anything, but he has enough that he could have 2 zealots in production here. I guess he's got a sentry going now, but he could have had a couple of zealots out already. There's already a lot of lings, speedlings for that matter. This cannon is not going to make it, and I don't think he's going to be able to warp in any of those units that he wanted to warp in. This is looking like kind of a bust for Wraithcube, which, every time you proxy pylon, whenever you do, proxy cannons and stuff like that, it's always a risk. Natural looking really strong here already for Cerebrate. The 3rd, at least at this point, is just, if for nothing else, is just raw production. He's got a queen there, so he can do his lava injects or maybe do some creep spread. Lots of options. The game is looking very nice for Cerebrate right now. 66 supply to 37. Still has a good number of speedlings here. We've got more upgrades, more tech on the way. Looks like he's going to go blink stalkers here. More pylons going in down here. Proxy pylons, I mean. And I guess Wraithcube's just going to stick with this strategy and say, you got that pylon. I'm going to try one somewhere else. Warp in my blink stalkers. Maybe get some sentries and just try and do something with that. But these speedlings are so fast, I don't see how blink stalkers are really going to be able to deal with that. I mean, blink's not ready yet. It's not going to be ready for a little bit. These zealots might be able to get, maybe they're going to get this queen. Maybe they'll get a couple of drones. But these speedlings are right here. They're going to come down and put a stop to that. I don't know if 5 zealots can kill all those speedlings. And I don't think Wraithcube knows it either. That's why he's waiting for more backup. Now he has a good number of zealots. Now he has a number of zealots that might actually be able to do something against Cerebrate. Supply count still way in Cerebrate's advantage, 106 and rising to 64. I don't know. I would be quite impressed to see Wraithcube pull this off, but you never know. These zealots aren't going to be able to do a whole lot. These roaches, really bad timing for Wraithcube. If he had gotten up there when it was just the speedlings, he might have been able to get a little more done, but he waited just a little too long, I think, trying to get those extra zealots in there. And now these roaches, this pylon going down, blink stalkers, blink just finishing, but they're going to have to run away. Those blink stalkers can't take on that many roaches. More pylons going up. I just feel like this is just raw desperation on Wraithcube's part, putting up more pylons, trying to proxy more units in, and the whole time Cerebrate's just sitting back and saying, hey, I'm going to macro up, do my thing, standard play, and just mass units and do the Zerg thing. So I feel like whenever the attack finally does hit, it's going to be GG. Watching this massive roach army move across the map here. He is fortified, but not enough. 1 cannon, 1 sentry. He might, put up a force field or 2. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. We have an attack coming up here. Blink stalkers, mothership core, sentry. Roaches are on their way home. I don't think he's going to be able to get this hatchery. Maybe if he sticks around, but these roaches are coming in to support, obviously. We have 7 more roaches on the way. He's going to get scared out of here. With Blink, if he micros properly, he should be able to get away, but he's not going to be able to do anything with that attack. He did delay the inevitable a little bit. I think that roach army was getting ready to hit his base, but yeah, looking very, very bad right now for Wraithcube. Bringing in more stalkers, retreating to the safety of that pylon, but I just don't see Oh my goodness, so many speedlings being brought in here. That's going to be very dangerous against this combo. I'll give him credit, Wraithcube is doing his darndest here. He's blinking those stalkers, he's doing everything he can. He's got that mothership core, obviously. He's going to get nothing but free hits in. None of these roaches can hit air, obviously. Desperately throwing money at more units here, but the reality is the supply advantages with Cerebrate, the economy advantages with Cerebrate. It's on 4 bases now to 2, and there's just no way that Wraithcube can even sustain to defend himself. I feel like we're going to see a massing up of units here from Cerebrate, and then a big push, and then it's going to be all over. This mothership core cannot take on a whole Zerg army all by itself. Maybe if it was upgraded to a proper mothership, but no. Because proper motherships suck. He says, hey, you know what? I'll do whatever I want. These units can't get me. I'll just sit up here by your base. What can you do? Nothing. More pylons. I mean, Wraithcube is just now getting back to a supply count he was at before all that happened. Cerebrate almost 150 now. 16, 17, 18. Oodles. Just oodles. A gaggle. A gagai. Massive quantities of stalkers coming in here. I mean, roaches coming in here, excuse me. All being morphed in. To his credit, Wraithcube has rallied several times. He's continued to push and push and push, but he finally sees the writing on the wall. GG. Cerebrate takes it 2-3 in this matchup. It's all over. That's another victory for the Zerg Swarm. Cerebrate indeed. Good job. You've done the Zerg race proud. So stay tuned for another matchup. I don't know exactly what the next matchup is going to be, but there will be another one, of course. There's lots of matches have been played over the last couple of weeks, so, you know, stay tuned for more. Hope you guys enjoyed it.